There's something strange about this story. It starts with a wedding, as all good Italian mafia stories should, and ends with enough power plays and betrayals to make even Julius Caesar say, "Wow, that's a bit much, don't you think?" But this isn't just any story about family. It's about the family, the Corleones, who redefine what it means to mix pasta, business, and blood oaths. Before we dive in, imagine a world where a man's respect is measured not by how many times he says please, but by how effectively he can have someone's kneecaps rearranged with a single nod. Welcome to The Godfather. Our story kicks off with Don Vito Corleone, the man, the myth, the Godfather. This guy isn't just any mob boss. He's basically the CEO of a very unconventional family business. Forget stocks and mergers. Here, loyalty is currency, and business meetings often involve sleeping with the fishes if negotiations go south. Now, the Don isn't your stereotypical villain. No, he's charming. The kind of guy who might give you advice about family over a plate of spaghetti while simultaneously plotting a coup against his rivals. He's respected, feared, and admired, and if you ever wrong him, let's just say your career as a breathing person may come to an abrupt end. Then there's Luca Brasi, the man you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley, or even a brightly lit one. If intimidation had a face, it would probably look like Luca's. And yet, despite everything this enforcer does, Puzo's writing makes you feel for these characters. Somehow, despite all the violence and illegal dealings, you find yourself thinking, I kind of like these guys. And that's when you realize Puzo has completely won you over.
No way!
And then there's Michael. Michael, the good son. The one who was supposed to stay out of the family business. You know the type. Educated, clean-cut, probably dreamed of becoming a senator or a war hero. Not the heir to a crime empire. But life, as they say, has other plans. When tragedy and threats hit the Corleone empire, Michael steps up. And boy, does he handle business like a man who's been taking secret notes from the Don his whole life. Michael's evolution is both fascinating and terrifying. He goes from being the nice son you'd happily introduce to your parents to the kind of man who can have you taken care of before dessert. I found myself nodding at his decisions, even when they were, morally questionable. There's just something about Michael's calm and calculated nature that makes you think, if I were in his shoes, maybe I'd do the same thing. And that's exactly what Puzo does best. He makes you sympathize with characters who, on paper, really should be the bad guys. One of the most striking elements of this book is how the phrase honor amongst thieves takes on a whole new meaning. In the world of the Sicilian Mafia, loyalty isn't just a virtue, it's survival. You just don't break your word. You don't betray the family. And if you do, well, you'll probably end up swimming with the fishes. The Corleone family lives by a strict code, and in a twisted way, it feels almost noble. Sure, they're involved in racketeering, gambling, and the occasional assassination, but they also value loyalty, family ties, and respect. It's this strange mix of morality and crime that makes the story so compelling. At times, I found myself sympathizing with the Corleones in ways that felt unsettling. I mean, should I really be rooting for a mafia family? But Puzo's writing makes it impossible not to. He doesn't just show you the illegalities, they're there, of course, but he humanizes his characters. You see their struggles, their ambitions, and their love for family. It's a story about power, yes, but also about loyalty and the lengths people will go to protect what they love. I have to admit, reading The Godfather made me feel like I was part of the Corleone family. There were moments when I caught myself thinking, if I were in charge, I'd handle that problem just like Michael did. That's when I realized I might be turning into a bit of a maniac myself. Puzo's genius lies in making his readers root for people they'd never want to meet in real life. The writing is smooth, the dialogue sharp, and the pacing keeps you hooked. Every scene feels alive, as if you're sitting in the room, watching deals being made and betrayals being plotted. Even Luca Brasi, yes, the same Luca who probably terrifies everyone he meets, becomes a character you can't help but watch with fascination. And Don Vito? He's a character who, despite all the chaos around him, has a strange, almost regal presence. He commands respect, and you can't help but give it to him. So, what is this legendary book I've been talking about? It's none other than The Godfather, published by Signet in 1978, though it first hit shelves back in 1969, and it was written by Mario Puzo. It's a book that has become more than just a story. It's a cultural phenomenon. Now, I know what you're thinking, but there are movies. Why not just watch the movies? And yes, the film adaptations are iconic, legendary even. But here's my rule. Always read the book first. Why? Because Puzo's words give you a deeper, richer understanding of these characters than any screen ever could. The movies capture the essence of the story beautifully, but there's something special about seeing the Corleone world unfold on the page. The nuances, the internal struggles, the unspoken rules of the family, they all come alive in a way that's just impossible to replicate in a 2-hour film. The Godfather isn't just a mafia story. It's a meditation on power, loyalty, and family. It explores the idea that power corrupts, but it also protects. It asks uncomfortable questions about morality. Is Michael justified in his actions? Is loyalty to family worth everything, even if it leads to crime? And what does it really mean to be honorable in a world where betrayal lurks around every corner? You know, one of the book's greatest achievements is how it blurs the line between good and evil. The Corleones are criminals, sure, but they're also fathers, brothers, and husbands. Their humanity is really what makes the story resonate. Mario Puzo, the man behind this masterpiece, knew how to weave a narrative that was both brutal and beautiful. He understood the complexities of human nature, the desire for power, the need for respect, and the unshakable bonds of family. Published in 1969, The Godfather quickly became a bestseller and a cultural touchstone. Puzo went on to collaborate with Francis Ford Coppola to bring his story to the big screen, and the rest, as they say, is cinematic history. But it all started with this book, a book that continues to captivate readers decades later. If you haven't read The Godfather yet, please do yourself a favor and pick it up. It's not just a story, it's an experience. You'll laugh, you'll gasp, and at times you might even question your own morals as you find yourself sympathizing with the Corleones. This is a book that has stood the test of time, and for good reason. Whether you're into crime stories, family dramas, or just want to read something that has shaped pop culture, The Godfather delivers on every front. And remember, as Don Vito might say, a man who doesn't read The Godfather is missing out on one of life's greatest offers, an offer you can't refuse. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.